T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
What is going on, you guys? It is the EIC of Women's Wrestling Talk, Driune Santana, here to bring you guys the news. Yes, I am alone, solo dolo. Meka was supposed to be here, but prior arrangements. And of course, my co-host, normally TK, is normally here with me, but unfortunately she isn't. So it's just going to be me and you guys in the audience who are here. And we're going to go ahead and jump into the news special for Women's Wrestling Talk. First up on this week, we had our Rally of Wrestling Sherry Martel Classic Black Bracket revealed this week. Basically, if you guys are not familiar, back in November, Reality of Wrestling owner and two-time WWE Hall of Famer Booker T announced that his promotion would be launching the very first Sherry Martel Classic, which is similar to your Mae Young Classic, but just a little bit more so for your indie wrestlers that you normally see on the scene and whatnot. So let's dive into these brackets. So on the left side of the brackets, it includes having Indigenous One versus Promise Braxton, AQA, who you probably have seen on NXT back in when she was just, I forgot what her name was in NXT, but when she was on NXT and now moving over to AEW. So you can catch her there. We have Rachel Rose, Gigi Ray, Danny B, and then on the left side of the bracket, we have Kelsey Reagan, Shavia, Jasmine, Jordan Blue, and many, many others. Amber Rodriguez is going to be there. This is all going to take place on Saturday, April 2nd at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., which is happening for WrestleMania weekend. And it's going to be in Irving, Texas. So it's 16 women single elimination one-day tournament to crown a champion. So there are going to be matches after matches after matches happening. And I'm pretty excited because if you don't know, some of the team over at Women's Wrestling Talk will actually be at WrestleMania weekend. So if you guys, I'm not sure if we're going to be going to this, but I think it'd be really cool to cover. But I mean, I'm excited. I've heard a few of these women on this bracket, and I've actually had the chance to see some of them wrestle. So I mean, who really knows who could be the first ever crowned Sherry Martel, classic winner. I see Nikki in the audience, my other tag partner for the Salt Shakers. I see Chad is here, and I also see Kenneth. Hey, you guys. Thank you guys for joining me on this beautiful Thursday. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Reality of Wrestling Sherry Martel Classic bracket revealed. Next up, we have Jordan Grace, who is the only woman added to the Ultimate X match at multi-universe matches down in, just so happened to be, a lot of these things are pretty much taking place down in Texas. And if you are not there, then I don't know what you're doing. So like I said, Jordan Grace becomes the only knockout to be included in the Ultimate X match at multi-universe matches at WrestleCon. If you're not able to be there, but we'll be there in person, me and Nikki, and along with a few others. Me and Nikki will be on the first row, so you might see us on TV. Hopefully, Nikki doesn't get this again. So this match is supposed to take place on April 1st. And it will be available to order on Fight TV. Prior to this, it was Trey Miguel, Vincent, Mike Bailey, Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and Jordan Grace. But now it has been updated to having Trey Miguel, Vincent, Chris Bay, Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and Jordan Grace in this match. I'm pretty excited to see how Jordan Grace match up with these guys, with her being the only one in there. But I do know that she's the only woman in this match. And I do remember seeing Lady Frost saying that, with the match card can be subject to change. Who knows? Maybe Lady Frost could take somebody else's position and they can make this like a whole like intergender Ultimate X match for the X Division title. Although we probably know Trey Miguel will not be losing that title at all whatsoever, because he does have a triple threat match coming up at Rebellion. It'll be nice to see the girls mix up in the guys within this kind of match, to be honest. And I mean, Jordan Grace, I feel like she's a great person to put into this match. And even if you wanted to add Lady Frost to this match, I personally would not be upset about it. Like, no means necessary. I would not be upset at all whatsoever. I'll be doing the dissing, okay? All right. Well, look, we're gonna see what the dissing is gonna be about. Yeah, I'm glad that she's a part of the Ultimate X again. I mean, this would be like her second one since she was a part of the first one for the women. And I mean, we saw the capability that she does have being in this Ultimate X match. She is a powerhouse. And so, I mean, I think, like I said, her matching up with a few guys, I already told Nikki that I would not mind seeing her clothesline Trey Miguel, but we already know exactly how that's gonna go. Yeah, it's definitely on the line, and that's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be really, really good. She is the perfect opponent for this match. Lady Frost might be added, take out I mean, well, hey, I think that is cool. Yeah, the mixture of people in this match, I think, would be really, really good. Like I said, if they add Lady Frost in there, I think it'll step it up a little bit more. Although all those people that are in this match currently are extremely amazing wrestlers, well, I think Lady Frost can add a little ice to this match. So that's that. Next, we move over a little bit to kind of former AEW, not so much AEW anymore, moving over maybe WWE. We really don't know. But Brandy Rose and DIGA Studios have been talking about teaming up to bring A Shot of Brandy to TV. So her show, A Shot of Brandy, could be coming to a television network in the near future. It was announced this week that Brandy Rose has teamed up with DIGA Studios to shop her A Shot of Brandy YouTube series around in hopes of securing a legitimate cable television or a high-profile streaming deal that would see if it turned out into a weekly 30-minute series. I'm not the biggest Brandy Rose fan. I don't think I ever watched the YouTube series that she has on YouTube of A Shot of Brandy. If you guys have, let me know what you think in the comments. But I definitely have not seen anything in regards to A Shot of Brandy before. Like, never seen it like at all whatsoever. So let me know in the comments if you guys seen it, what you think about it coming to TV. Would you like to see it coming to TV? Will you be watching it? I probably won't. But it's definitely not something that I'll be interested in. By no means necessary. So who knows? She said she started shooting the show in her kitchen 4 years ago with 2 iPhone cameras and a cocktail, and she decided to see where the show could evolve, and thankful for the fans who have followed along. And she can assure you now that working with Dija, the best is yet to come. So I mean, Maybe we'll see Brandy and a shot of Brandy on TV. Um, who knows? I don't think I'll be watching it, but I think it'll be great for those who enjoy Brandy Rose and everything that she brings. Crossing back over to WWE, something that was posted on today in regards to Trish Stratus being open to a match with Sasha Banks. Now, if you guys have been following this, I mean, Sasha Banks has made it very clear that she wants to face Trish Stratus. It's very clear. She said this on multiple interviews, multiple times. It's even shown when they were face to face at the Women's Royal Rumble, the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match in 2018, when Sasha Banks and Trish Stratus were face to face. And we saw how that outcome went. But there have been multiple times where I feel like Trish and Sasha could have, you know, they could have been. Damn, my Wi-Fi going crazy right now. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good at all. There have been multiple times where, like I said, Sasha Banks has been wanting to get in the ring with Trish Stratus. And of course, I mean, Sasha believes that Trish is running from her on multiple occasions. I don't think Trish is running, but I mean, who really knows? I think this would probably be a better matchup compared to when Trish came back to face Charlotte. And I think that with these two, it could be great. So Trish was speaking to ET in Canada. And she spoke about and denied the rumors of actually ducking and dodging the boss in multiple occasions. She stated that she's been hearing that she's been running from her, which is absolutely untrue. And she means at one point she has done that promo that I'm not ready. I posted a picture of my six pack and I said, I'm ready, girl. Yeah, listen. And it takes a little time, like a little moment for it to transpire. And she was like, so her and I may be a 5-minute moment in 2018, like many years ago, now Royal Rumble. And to this day, people are like, that match, that's the match you want to see. And it's just sometimes you just have to have this energy that's palpable, but you have this and you got this. And it's like when Lita and her faced off and you felt that. So, I mean, would you guys be here for Sasha Banks and Trish Stratus in a match? I think Trish Stratus will be here for Mania weekend. Maybe Trish will make her, her presence known at WrestleMania. We really don't know. Chad said Trish versus Sasha would be excellent, probably even better than Trish and Charlotte. I definitely would have to agree. Hey, Black Fist, how are you? I would have to agree with that. I really would. I believe that Trish and Sasha would be able to give us something. I think it'll be interesting. I would definitely probably be here for this match between those two. As we move on to our last story of the day, we're gonna move over back to Impact, and the former Impact Knockout champion, Mickie James, will be making her GCW debut at Joey Janela's Spring Break number 6. I mean, Mickie, she's lost the title to Tasha Steelz, who is now currently the Impact World Women's Champion. Well, World Champion. I keep saying women because they're knockouts, but you know what I mean. They, they do have a match later on tonight on Impact that got a lot of controversy around it. But if you come back to Women's Wrestling Talk for the Impact recap show with me and Nikki, you will find out our thoughts on that tonight at probably 11:30, I believe. So is when we're gonna go on air for that. But yeah, so Mickie James, she's making her debut at GCW Joey Janela's Spring Break 6 Part 1. It's going to take place on March 31st. She will go one-on-one with Allie Ketch. It was announced on Twitter that she will be a part of that, and it will actually take place in Dallas, Texas at 8 p.m. So, I mean, uh, Mickey James being a part of this, I mean, it's kind of cool, see her go up against a newcomer like a Alley Cat. She was extremely amazing in the ring. And I mean, I guess it'll give Mickey something to do since she doesn't have the title anymore. Um, for now she doesn't have the title anymore, so we don't know if that's going to get it back. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty excited to see about that. Like I said, it's supposed to take place next Thursday, March 31st at 8 p.m. In Dallas, Texas. I think the venue is, I'm not sure where the venue is, but I think it's at Fair Park. Yeah, it's at Fair Park for Joey Janela's event. And maybe they will show it on Fight TV. I'm unsure, or whichever way you guys tend to watch your wrestling. Hey, Bobby. So yeah, guys, that is the news. Just a few much of a rundown for those who are coming in and may have missed a few things I talked about. Um, we had was talking about reality of wrestling Sherry Martel Classic brackets. They were revealed earlier this week. Jordan Grace being the only woman added to the Ultimate X match at Multiverse Matches for WrestleCon April 1st in Texas. If either you're there watching it live or you can watch it on Fight TV. She'll be joined by other competitors: Vincent, Chris Bay, Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and the X Division champion Trey Miguel. And the X Division title will be on the line. We talked about Brandy Rose teaming up with Digger Studios to bring her a shot of Brandy to TV. And lastly, before we had talked about Mickey James, was Trish Stratus being open to match with Sasha Banks, which I would not be mad if that match transpired. I would be extremely happy to see that. Chad said that he would like to see more matches, more wrestlers have cooking shows. Me and Mika, we were talking about that the other day about like wrestlers, those who can cook will possibly have their own cooking shows, make their own certain type of dishes and whatnot, especially if they're like culture wise or just something that they family made them as a kid and they grew up learning, or like just different things like that. Looking forward to watching Ty Valkyrie wrestle at War Wrestling in April. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So happy that Ty is back into the wrestling field, despite being released from WWE, and so on and so forth. It just seems like a lot of these people are doing a lot better. No shade, no tea. They do a lot of meal prepping because they're on the road a lot, so they don't really have time to cook anything. So I think we was in Clubhouse having this conversation about who they think can cook, and so on and so forth. So I mean, some people probably can and some people probably cannot, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. I'm gonna let you guys know. So this is still Women's History Month. We still have a few articles that are dropping this week. Well, not dropping, but that have already dropped. We still have our women's WrestleMania moments that we are releasing and posting on social media. Yeah, I know Dodie did Talking Snack for a few episodes. They did. Excited about that. WrestleMania is next week, you guys. So be on the lookout for the Salt Shakers along with a few of our other Women's Wrestling Talk team down in Texas for WrestleMania weekend. We're going to be at Wale Mania. We're going to be at WrestleCon. We're going to be at the Impact Show, and so on and so forth. So if you guys run into us, don't, just like I always say, don't get too close to me because I don't know you. But I think that'll be pretty cool, and so on and so forth. And so yeah, that's pretty much all of the news that pretty much took place this week. If you guys have not checked out our Anna J interview that we did on her that dropped on yesterday on Fight TV, and now it's posted on YouTube, make sure you check that out. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback. We had a lot of people talking about our interview that we did with her, me, Mika, TK. and so on and so forth. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me here for Women's Wrestling Talk, the news edition. You guys know that you guys can Google me, Driune Santana, on Google, and you can find me. Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Glad you watched the interview. Thank you for each and every one of you who came and joined me for like a little minute of your time. Once again, you guys can follow Women's Wrestling Talk on all social media platforms at WWT Talk Pod. Make sure you definitely check out our website, www.talkpod.com. And thank you guys for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. And I will see you guys next week.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet.